Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first official video of Points Per Gaming. I will be your host, Points, and here we are. In case you haven't already figured it out, it's going to be a Florida Panthers franchise mode. I figured that I want to go with a team that has a chance to win quite soon, as it's probably going to have to be a shorter career mode given the whole, NHL 22 coming out relatively soon. So, why don't we dive right in? Division realignment, none of this applies because I could not create Seattle accurately enough to feel comfortable putting them in here. Owner mode is pointless. CPU trades, they can have them, sure. Player morale and fog of war. Fog of war is absolutely pointless. I will be editing my lines, not the head coach. I don't care what I have him hired for. And player morale, we're actually going to turn off. I find that it causes a lot more problems than it's worth. Alright, now why don't we go into the advanced settings. The quick settings. And here we are. I do not play with injuries on. I find them way too annoying to continually micromanage. What else do we have here? Trade difficulty, we'll leave it on medium. Seems to be the most realistic from what I've seen, what I've done. And auto staff management is off. Perfect. Now we'll just hop over into the last settings tab here. And all of this looks to be alright. Sim engine scoring. I prefer this on high because when you play with it on high, you generally get, players like McDavid who are scoring over 100, which they should be scoring over 100. Draft class quality high and generating prospect quality high. Again, I just prefer to have better players coming in. Otherwise, you end up searching forever to find that franchise player to let you, take that next step. Shot frequency is going to be high for the same reason as a sim scoring engine. Let's see, is there anything else worth noting? Nope, not that I can see. Alrighty. So, why don't we just hop right into it? Yes, obviously we want salary cap on. We're not that unrealistic. So, my plan for this is to be able to put out a few videos and see if people actually, aren't entirely annoyed with my voice or my, style of management. When it comes to creating a team, I like to create a team in a scientific form, I guess you could say. I believe there's a formula to it. You find yourself a superstar, surround your superstar with talent and a coach that matches them, and bam, you slap yourself together a couple champions. Don't worry about that, it should still save if I'm not mistaken. If not, you won't see this anyway, so it doesn't matter. I will say I did edit a couple of player types just because, this game hates two-way forwards, so someone like Barkov, for example, he's going to be a power forward because I know that he has been that in the past, and he's two-way forward again, just useless. So, yeah. So, with this roster, there's a few things that I'd like to do. Really want to see what this could have happen here. Okay, they're close on chemistry, which is very important. Ooh, maybe they're not as close as I had hoped. They should still work fine. Hopefully they work fine. Yeah, they should still work alright. This is what I'm hoping to be the top line, using Huberdeau and Barkov to grow Tippett, because Tippett is going to be a key player for this team. Sam Reinhart, they traded for him. I believe it was Levy and a first, if I'm not mistaken, and honestly, I'm not shocked that, people are trying to get out of Buffalo. I don't know too much about Levy, so I can't say whether or not that was a good move for them, but I can say honestly that I think this was a great trade for Florida. You can't ask for much more than, 24-year-old second-line center. Moving on from him, Hornquist, I actually really like as a second-line power forward. I think that he fits the mold pretty well. And it looks like he might... it wouldn't be a great match, but he's an okay enough match with Reinhardt to get us a +3, especially if we keep Duclair here, which I did plan on doing. Let's see their wings. Okay, their wings work out, so looks good to me. Carter Verhaeghe. Alright, personally, I love Carter Verhaeghe. He has a local tie to me. Credit to any of you if you were able to figure out what that tie is. But yeah, he has a local tie to me, so I love this dude. You know, plan on keeping him here as long as we can. Great third line center for us. He'll do great there. Noel, oh my god, I believe it's Noel Achari. I could be saying that wrong. Apologies, I'm not great when it comes to, you know, being able to say players' names, or at least players that I haven't heard of that much. He and Vetrano both look like they could be great fourth liners for us. Because like I said, this game hates two-way forwards. However, I like them as my fourth line penalty killers. Let's see real quick. Gusev, you are a playmaker. Okay. And Marchment here, you're a grinder. Now, in this circumstance, I am probably going to trade or get rid of Marchment. What's his contract? Yeah, I'm probably going to figure out a way to get rid of Marchment. I don't want him playing. I don't love Gusev, but he's alright for now. Sam Bennett. Now, a lot of people, from what I've seen, have been valuing Sam Bennett quite highly. Personally, I disagree. I don't think that Sam Bennett is ever really going to be able to be what people want him to be. I mean, with your highest year being 36 points. I know there was a lot of hype in 2014-15 when he put up a 1 point per game, which sounds really weird, but it is true. Calgary fans, from what I had seen, were essentially saying, yeah, see, he's already point per game. Which, yeah, by that logic. Anyways, though, after that, he didn't really do a whole lot, and I don't really see where people are getting that he's worth a lot, which, obviously, I know now he has a new contract, and I don't exactly plan on giving that to him, and I can't do it in the game editing him, so. Defensive core. Now, a lot of you are probably looking at this and saying, whoa, why is Yandel and Ekblad get a +5? I changed Ekblad like I did some of the other ones, because again, this game hates two-way players, to a defensive defenseman. I mean, I could have made an offensive defenseman. Really was just kind of a toss-up. I figured defensive defensemen are harder to find, and he hasn't put up that great of offensive stats. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, 41 is not anything to sneeze at, but excuse me, it's not as amazing as it could be. So we're gonna keep him as a defensive defenseman. It is what it is. Brandon Montour, which one are you? You are one of the ones that will see themselves out, likely. Oh, man, Mackenzie Weegar. Why do you have to be... Well, you're an 83 overall, two-way defender, but you don't fit anything. You might be on your way out, because I'd personally like to have you as a bottom pairing guy. Nudi Vara, you're probably on your way out. Montour's probably on his way out. Forsling, probably on his way out. But Yandel and Ekblad I like a lot for this team. I think that they work really well there. In goal, the elephant in the room. $10 million to Bobrovsky. Oh my gosh. This is going to be a challenge for this team. Yeah, I'm going to try to figure out a way to get out from this contract. Because, God, that clears up so much cap. Especially with the fact... Drager. Always like Drager. Good backup. Oh, he's not in the NHL? Where? Where is he? Now here he is. Especially considering that we have Spencer Knight. I don't know too much about Samuel Monty. But he looks like he could be a backup in the future. Spencer Knight, though, looks to be our guy. Hopefully we can trade for a short-term starter, and play Spencer Knight as the backup. That's my plan, at least. We're not really going to take a look at anything down here yet, because I'd rather do that through the trade screen. Give me a better estimation on values and, potential, that type of stuff. So let's take a look. Oh my gosh, I forgot. They have Lundell. Well, that makes this a heck of a lot easier. I like that. Lundell. Who are you? Denisenko? I believe I said that right. I could be wrong. I feel like I've heard that name before. I'm not too familiar with him, but he looks to be really talented, which is good for us. Oh, I do know Saron Noel. Power forward. Oh, last time I thought he was a two-way forward, but hey, I will happily take it that you're a power forward. Sordoof or Deef, I'm not sure. Good to see you here. So it looks like we have a pretty solid prospect pool here. Let's just move to rookie skaters and see what we can do there. Yeah, it looks like we have a pretty solid prospect core, mostly of forwards. So that means we're going to have to target some defensemen. Any other goalies in the system? Not really. But it doesn't matter because we have that one. Do we have our picks? I know that they traded a first for Sam Reinhart, but again, I can't trade picks whenever I was editing the roster, and I really don't want to lose my first round pick, so we're just going to keep it for now. Because, you know. Alright, so how much cap space do we have? We have 4.1. So, 4.1 million, that's not bad. But I did, in fact, go in and edit some of the free agents. Or not edit, excuse me, add to, as I know Suter and Parise were both added, and I know Winberg was on Florida, but was picked by Seattle, but I didn't create Seattle, and I didn't just want to keep him, so here he is. I'm not going to go after him, I'm going to let someone else have their shot with him, but I like the look of Suter as a second pairing defensive defenseman. They're difficult to find. Let's lock them up. Let's get ourselves a second pairing defenseman. And I like the idea of bringing Parise on. 81 is really rough on him. Oh, I didn't even realize. Let me sort by overall. Yeah, 81 is really rough. I like Grabner here as a potential third-line sniper or an AHL baller. You know, someone to give your young guys some help. Any goalies? Devin Dubnyk. I know he's on a team, and I'm not sure where at this point. I know he was on Colorado, and I can't remember if he got traded or if he's still there. Well, that hurts. Anyways, let's see, any potential here? Don't love that. But yeah, we might be coming back for one of these, specifically Michael Hutchinson, because I kind of like the idea of having him, but we are kind of stacked at goalie. So, aside from that, Brian Boyle is always someone I like to take a look at just because he's a power forward, you know. Gotta have your power forwards. And he can kill penalties, from what I remember. Let me just check that. 80 face-offs, gotta love that. Yeah, 88 shot blocking and 90 stick checking. Good, or decent discipline, not good discipline, but we'll offer him a contract because, you know, again, why not? So that's 3 contracts offered. We're going to have to clear up some space. The only trade that I really want to do is opening up this space and essentially getting rid of Bobrovsky. If we take care of that, I will be happy. Who would want Bobrovsky realistically? It'd have to be a team without a goalie, so it's not going to be them. Arizona has a couple. Someone potentially contending like the Avalanche. I don't think I didn't move Grubauer, and now they have Kemper. That's beautiful. Oh, they obviously have 2. The Oilers. The Oilers could want him. Holy. Okay. No. That situation is painful to look at. Just trying to think of a realistic team that could take on not only the cap but also want him, because not many teams are gonna want a $10 million cap hit between the pipes, let alone one that is not worth that contract anymore. Ottawa, no, you wouldn't want him. You would not want him. Potentially Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, I could see actually wanting to do it. How much cap space do they have? Probably not enough, but, you know, got to take a look. 2.6. Now the question is, do you have any contracts that are worth it, or that would be worth taking on? Does not appear so. I like this contract for Peterson because I think that he could get better, like a lot better. But I don't know that I love it now. We'll come back to Pittsburgh. That's a team that they feel like they would be someone to trade for him. Okay. St. Louis Blues, they wouldn't want him. They have Bennington. Vasilevsky's there. Anderson, he's gone. I don't even remember. Oh, he's on Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. Demko and Holtby. Man, that's funny. Lundqvist, Samsonov, Anderson. Jesus Christ. You have so many for no reason, Washington. Okay, Carolina now, though, mentioning they have guys, but they don't have anybody that's really up to snuff. Obviously, they're not going to want him. They have Rask. Why would they do that? I know someone in the comments is probably just going to be, or someone that's watching this, pardon me, is going to be sitting there screaming at their screen, oh, this makes sense, oh, this makes sense. Yeah, it probably does. And I'm just an ignorant little fool. Obviously, I'm not going to trade him to Detroit. Being a Detroit fan, we're rebuilding. Why would I ever do that? The Oilers do not have cap space either. Man, Ken Holland, whew, I could tell you a thing or two about him. He really, really took those Oilers and was like, you know what, you like winning? Yeah, you're not going to get that anymore. We're not going to do that here. Okay? Minnesota would not want him. They have Kakinen, Price, Rene. They have Blackwood. They don't want him. Varlamov. They don't want him. Gorgiev and Shestyorkin. That's the one I'm thinking of. I don't know why I was sitting so long on Gorgiev. Murray, Carter Hart. Yeah. So what we have effectively established is that no team is realistically going to want him. However, I think the Pittsburgh Penguins would be a team, because you think about it, what let them down? Tristan Jarry's glove hand. That's what let them down. So yeah, well, I mean, why would you not try to take a swing if I can figure out a way to make the cap work for you? Brandon Tanev's contract is so bad. Like, I'm sorry, he's not worth 3.5 for the role that you play him in. Zucker is an interesting one to me. Of course, he's a two-way forward. Honestly, I kind of like Brian Rust here, just because Rust always grows. He always does extremely well for no apparent reason. Like, I've watched Rust, and I've watched like them in game, and I just don't feel like he is ever going to progress to what this game thinks he could be. It's insane. Pardon me. Oh, I'm just on forwards, no wonder. I was like, why is there not that many bad contracts? Yeah, there's the Pittsburgh, I remember. Peterson is one I'm considering. For the simple fact of, well, for 5 years, though. Ugh. Matheson, all defensive pairings, that's nice, even though I'm not going to keep this coach. Are you still a sniper, Kakinen? No, of course not. Kapanen, not Kakinen. Jesus. Jeff Carter, forward line 2. 2.6, 2 years. That might be the move. I play him as a third line sniper. That might be the move. Alright, we'll save this for the first official episode. thank you to anybody who is watching this. I very much appreciate it. I cannot wait to actually get into this. I hope that you all are having as much fun as I am. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you in